Okay, and we're live. So, oh man, a lot happened last time, you guys. Basically, I called for a week's worth, at least, of downtime in Arkney. I wanted to introduce some mechanics, downtime actions, for you guys to use, and we kind of went through person by person of everybody we had and went through their what they did, what they spent the week on. And Haley, who wasn't here, let me know on Discord. And I promise we'll get to those checks. Some of you have some rolls that need to be made at the end of the week's worth of downtime actions. We'll get to those in a minute. But first, there was a lot that happened. There were several significant dreams. There was a strange coded sending spell. And one of you had a message from their god that still has left you trembling in awe and perhaps fear as well. Before we get to anything else, I just want to know, is there anything any of you want to do? So you have certain week-long downtime actions you took, but it's also possible that you could do something during that week that isn't, that isn't, kind of while that's going on in the background. So I'm going to ask you guys, what do you want to do? You're in downtown Arkney. You're staying either at Clayton's Lodge or the Mellow Eel Tavern. You're researching or playing music or working or training your seals of power. And you can, this is D&D. You can walk into any building. You can talk to any NPC. Sometimes the NPCs will come and talk to you. As certainly has happened. Do any of you want to do anything?
I'll speak up. And this is the next week, correct? After
No, this is what. Is there anything you want to do while you're training your seal of fire and shadow in the background? Is there anything you wanted to do during that week? Because last time was kind of very structured. I kind of came and said, okay, this is what's going to happen. I didn't really let you, because I wanted to introduce the mechanics. But now that we know the mechanics, and we know that you spent that week training the Seal of Fire and Shadow, was there anything you wanted to do while that was going on during that week?
Okay. Well, I think I would want to... I want to go shop for a cloak somewhere. I want to find somewhere where I can find a cloak, for one thing. But I also think...
You can do that with... me and Akira are planning on going clothes shopping.
Well, I'll definitely go clothes shopping with y'all, for sure. But I also think that we, as a group, need to find a time to kind of talk and figure out what we need to do. What our strategy needs to be.
I was thinking of doing some kind of gathering or something so everyone can have the gallon I have left of the ale I made. So maybe we could have our group talk then.
I think that's a great idea.
All right. Well, if you guys want, we'll just go right to the end of that week, and some people will be making some rolls. Let's go to Haley first. Actually, Haley, we didn't really get the chance to talk too much in detail. Could you declare again what your work week was spent doing? One second, all right. Let's go to Emily.
Sorry.
Oh, no, wait, there's Haley.
It's already going out again. But what I wanted to do is to research at the library on the Netheros to see if I can figure out anything about them.
Okay. You are going to try and research the Netheros. Name for associated with the sorcerers who drowned the Grana, the Dragonborn city. How do you go about researching it? Obviously, you're going to the library, I'm sure. But my question is, are you going to ask the librarians for help, and which librarian? You could, you would probably, I would give you advantage on the roll.
I was going to ask Bella for help since she has an in with the library, so I could get some help. Even though I know this is more of a creepy topic, and I know some people might not be willing to help me, but I'm gonna need some help, so I want Bella's kind of advantage on that.
I mean, if there's one thing that I think that I proved last time, it's that I'm willing to help people do creepy things.
How are you going to help her, Bella?
Well, I'm going to go back to the library, and I'm going to find, see if I have her name written down, but she was the lady who had all of she had like the desk, you know? The one with the...
Iadel, the head librarian.
No, the one who had all of the rolls of paper, like the little traveling desk.
The cat lady. Yeah. You are thinking of Blogawan, the chief scribe.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, so you're going to go to Blogawan. And you're going to kind of introduce Krim to her when you're not playing music at the tavern over the week. And
right.
You're going to ask that she help Krim with this research. Okay. This very bubbly woman with her cat-shaped glasses, her cat ear-shaped glasses, is extremely friendly. She's super excited to be interrupted from her masterful illumination of a manuscript. But when you say the topic that you are trying to research, her face changes. She says, I don't know about that. Probably, she pushes the glasses up her nose. Have to check the restricted section. Are you sure you want to look into that?
Well, it's just a little research. I mean, yes, if we have to go to the restricted section, I just thought that, you're the one who knows the most in this place. If there was anybody who would be able to give us a little bit of an overview, it would certainly be you.
Oh, I certainly don't know the most. No, I'm more of a scribe than a librarian these days. maybe you should ask the head librarian, Ayadel. But
Okay.
I could try.
No, I don't want to inconvenience you if you feel that it's something that would put you out.
No,
We'll-
it's all right. I'm good at remembering things, so I think I can maybe think of a few places, a few phrases I've read as I glanced through some of the works, and you did return that book to us, which I've gotten a few glimpses at. So I think it's the least I can do. Krim, is it?
Yes.
May I say, you have the most beautiful golden scales. I haven't met too many Dragonborn. Really, only one before you. But I think you just look marvelous. Let's see. And she is going to help you over the course of the week. You're going to be doing most of the legwork, walking around, reading through books, poring over tomes. And it's going to be quite a challenge. So you are going to make a history check with advantage because of a librarian is helping you. And you're only able to make this check because you're in a library. And the DC... Normally I don't say the DC. But in this case... You are aware... of how hard it is to get information on this group. And even in the library of Ibu Gruger, it's very difficult to find. So, the DC is high. Go ahead and make a history check with advantage.
Okay.
At the end of the work week, what have you found? 19. Not quite the DC 20. But you do find DC's 10 through 15. The first book you look at, Tales of Destruction Volume 2, has an entry for the Netheros listed in the index. But those 3 pages in the middle of the 200-page book have been neatly sliced out. The book is dated year 78 of the Wilds. Human and Giant Relations mentions the following phrase: "The story of the giants can be as secret to us humans as the Netheros." That book is dated year 127 of the Wilds, a more recent work. Blaguan also tells you, and only really thinks to mention this at the end of the week because of some references you found in the archives, to a book of children's rhymes that included a limerick warning of the Netheros. But a fire in year 7 of the reign of the last emperor, Louis VII, destroyed it. And that is the result of your work week of research.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Who's next?
I'll do some research.
Okay. And did you not have a work week action?
That was going to be my work week action.
Got it. That's right. I remember now. Go ahead and make a roll at the end of the week, because that's where we are at. If you check the calendar, I have advanced it to Wonder Fiexi the 4th. Wonder Day, Fiexi the 4th. What are you researching?
I'm going to try to find out more information on the Forgotten.
Are you going to ask a librarian for help?
Yes.
Okay. Which librarian will you ask? You could ask Cravius, the stern-looking human. You could ask Bly Gavior, the smiling, brash half-elf, who seems to enjoy attention. You could ask Blogawin. Although she's helping Krim, she could possibly help you as well. You could ask Grimslag, who's not a official librarian, but is a scholar at the library. Or you could try to ask the head librarian.
I'll ask whoever looks the friendliest.
The friendliest? Well, that's
Feels
probably
like
Bly Gavior.
Sounds good.
And he says, what marvelously beautiful feathers you have. Did you know there was a prophecy about, in a rare book, passed orally for some time, but then written down, about your kind?
I'm so sorry, you cut off in the last couple words.
Did you know there was a prophecy about your kind?
Yeah?
It was passed orally for some time by the Savage Seer, but at some point, it was written down. They say the Swordwings keep it. Now, there's a rare book I'd love to get my hands on.
Do you happen to remember the prophecy? Or have you heard it?
I probably would have to do some research or ask one of the Swordwings.
Good thing I know one. Alright, cool. I'll do that later.
Sure, but in the meantime, you want to research the Forgotten. I think we might have some works that speak of them. Although, they are a rather secretive organization, I believe. So go ahead and make a history check with advantage, and the starting DC is 20.
Sweet.
And it goes up from there.
Nah. 10.
You spend the week researching really hard. You find more information that that you kind of already know. They mentioned in a great battle. Let me see here. They were some kind of cult. You're not really, nothing. You don't learn anything new. You just confirm the knowledge you already have.
Sounds good.
All right. Is there anybody else that? I don't think so. I think that's it. That's all the research pieces. So, over the course of the week, you hear people talking about the various dangers that Lord Governor Emmond is kind of keeping Arkney safe from. You're followed about by groups of the Arkangard. who don't seem to entirely trust these rough-looking folk carrying weapons. Yeah. So that was that week. It's now the 4th of Fiexi. Those of you with proficiency in religion know that tomorrow is Fiexi's Plenty, a holiday.
Sweet.
The first
do we
thought
know how-
in Fiexi.
How I am proficient in religion. Do we know how it's usually celebrated, if you will?
Generally a feast and some kind of party.
Okay.
Entertainment.
So like an all day thing, like a evening thing. Is it like you do your own party, or is it like would you expect there to be a
it's kind of a Fiexi is known as the hoarding god. And it's kind of a winter, like, if you've been hoarding food and whatnot, it's kind of a winter party to
eat what you've been
yeah,
hoarding.
like basically the people who have been hoarding to spread it around.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of that.
Okay. And that's tomorrow.
Yes, the first thought day in Fiexi.
Okay.
So you can actually see as you guys gather, for some fish stew. By the way, Clayton, Mrs. Clayton, never really, you never see her empty out the stew. This big iron stew pot just always seems to have a fire under it. The whole thing is blackened by soot and whatnot. She never really empties it out. She just adds more stuff into the to the continuously boiling or just simmering stew pot.
That's what gives it its flavor.
Definitely.
All right. So this evening, okay. So tomorrow would probably be a good time for us to have our get together, since it's going to be a festival, or a feast day kind of thing.
Is it like a bank holiday? Like, things are going to be closed, or what?
Probably not. Probably not everything. It's not that everything's going to close down. It's more like it's more likely that there'll be some kind of party, most likely put on by the Lord, in the town square.
Well, we want something a little more private than out. Okay.
We can do
It's
it.
kind of everybody comes together and has a big group party.
I mean, that's fun. That's fun, but we need to talk about stuff ourselves also.
We also need to go shopping.
That's true. Yes.
It might be a good idea to go shopping on the holiday day.
Yeah, if the shops will be open, that would probably be a good day to go shopping.
Ooh, maybe they'll have discounts. Maybe it's like Black Friday or something.
Maybe so.
While people are discussing where we could have this meeting, when I was attuning to this seal power I have now, I spent a lot of time down at the beach, and most of the days I was left pretty much alone. We could probably go to where I was training and have a good chance of not being bothered.
I could do a beach day. Is that the weather, Max? Is it sunny?
It's sunny, but cold.
Right.
There's a chill wind blowing in off the lake. But it is sunny, and that cuts down the chill somewhat.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we can, I don't know, it may be cold. But, I mean, we don't really, none of us, did anybody get rooms somewhere? Because all I know of is people that got just a spot to pop a squat at the lodge.
We could build a bonfire.
Yeah, that's true. That would be fun.
I believe Mavra had to rent a private room somewhere to set up her beer making equipment.
Oh, well, we could just meet in there.
You probably bought it for the week, so no. But you could, renew. You still have claim over it. You could get another night there.
Okay.
So that would be a good place for us to go. All right. Is that what we want to do? Do we want to go there and talk?
Sure.
I think so.
All right. And that's at the Mellow Eel, correct?
Indeed.
All right. So let's go to the Mellow Eel.
So Drago is going to the half-elven proprietor, fluttering the fan in front of his face, is going to eye you guys as you troop in, and immediately begin pulling out the food and drink, kind of raising his eyebrows meaningfully.
Hi, Drago. It's good to see you again. I don't want to do murders anymore.
He says, oh my, that's great to hear. The place is populated by most of the regulars. Would you be doing this that morning?
Probably, I would think, as early as we could.
Sure. So it's kind of brunch time, and he brings you mimosas.
That's what I'm talking about.
The Mellow Eel has mimosas.
Drago, you are the man.
Bottomless mimosas?
What?
Are they bottomless mimosas?
No, you have to pay for them.
Well, this place sucks as much as I thought it did.
None for you, then. But you guys are able to claim a table without any problems. And, you can kind of be away from the two human women arguing at the end of the bar, who always seem to be there. And the male human with a goatee seems to be slumped over deep in his cups at another table. But otherwise, there aren't too many other people here.
Just curious, is Sezig in here?
Sezig is not here. In this room, anyway.
He's probably still recovering from that hangover you gave him a week ago.
I didn't know that was possible.
All right. So, but does Mavra, you have your own room with your brewing equipment in it where we can meet? Is that correct?
Yes. I
Okay.
think so.
Okay, then let's go there.
Okay. That room is not very good for meeting in. You're all, given that there's 7 of you, you're going to have to crowd in all around the kind of foul or very strong smelling. She's got her tubes and kind of glass bottles and things all set up. There's one chair, the bed, and like a chest, and a nightstand, and like a 3-legged table. There's not much. I mean, the place is nice and well apportioned, but it's not huge. So you guys are gonna have to crowd in and kind of lean over the foul-smelling equipment.
Akiri's gonna sit on the night table or the nightstand.
All right. She perches
I'll
as high
pass
as she
around
can.
the ale.
The marvelous. What did you call it?
Angel tonic.
Angel tonic ale. So you guys sip ale out of mason jars. It's extremely good. So good that if you were damaged, it would heal you.
Nice. Mavra, first of all, this is the best ale I've ever had, ever.
Thank you.
Alright, so we need to figure out what we're doing and when we need to do it. I don't know, Akiri, you told me and Bella about a nightmare you had, and it seems like we may need to be concerned about the safety of your brother, Shadir. And it seems like we may need to be concerned about it pretty now.
If family's involved, I absolutely support checking on that first.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, guys.
And where is... So we would need to go... The last place you knew the Shadir was at your home.
Right.
Okay. And we don't have a way of getting a message there any quicker than we could just go there. Right?
I don't think so.
Not in receive a reply back. Okay. And how far away is your home?
It's about 4 days southwest.
4 days southwest. All right. I know we had the Chimera, which was in the opposite direction, if I'm not mistaken. But we also had Clovag the Etten Chief. Does anybody remember where Clovag the Etten Chief was? From Stray?
Blighted ruins.
Blighted ruins of some kind.
Okay. I'm just saying, if we're gonna be headed in that direction, maybe if we're around there, maybe there's something after we take care of Shadir. Once we find out that he's safe, then maybe there's something around there that we could do. But it doesn't really matter. We need to go there.
My guess would be, and this is out of character, but 1713, but I'm not sure.
Okay. And where is... Let's see. Where are we right now?
So looking up real quick, it says that Clovag the Etten is 2.5 days southeast of Torine. So kind of in the opposite direction, but not necessarily.
That's either... Wow, I can't see what that is. That's either 11:15 or 12:15, it looks like.
Okay.
Possibly 13:15. Or even 14:15.
And
There's
where-
a lot in there.
And tell me again where we are. I think
14:12.
okay, that's what I thought. And then where is your home?
16:15.
Okay. It's not too bad. All right. Well, I think we need to go. I think that we need to go soon. I think, if we need to do any shopping or whatever, let's do that. But I think we probably need to leave tomorrow, maybe?
Either tomorrow or the day after.
Okay. All right. How about the morning? Not tomorrow morning, but the next morning.
I'm down for that.
Sounds good to me.
That would give us time to wrap up anything that we might have
Mm-hmm.
still here.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. So let's do it. So we can, and it's still like mid-morning right now, correct?
Yes, it is. It's late morning. About 11:30 at this point. I'm going to ask you guys to pay 7 silvers because you bought drinks from Drogo, and he wanted to make sure that if you caused any trouble, you would definitely have bought something. So, anybody can pay that.
I can. I throw in a silver.
Kiri will throw in 3 silvers.
I will also pay the remaining 3 silver.
Okay, that was 6.
I think Krim said she is paying 1.
Oh.
So if you
Did
just want
you
to
say 1?
Okay.
Krim said she'll pay 1.
Okay, so that's 7. Okay. So, having had your little powwow in a room in the Mellow Eel, what would you guys like to do next?
Did somebody say shopping?
Yeah, let's go shopping.
Finally, tiring of the weird looks people have been giving you all for your dirty clothes, bloodied, dusty, and torn by travel and battle. You guys are you're clothes shopping, is that right? So asking around, if you guys want to get just like basic worker clothes or explorer's clothes kind of thing, you can go to one of the 3 general stores. If you want to get like nicer, more designer kind of clothing, you would be directed toward House of Haggis.
I'm really curious. What is Imagine It?
It is a knitting shop, a yarn store.
Hey, that's all I wanted to know.
So that's for if you want to buy clothes like 6 months from now.
Right, exactly.
Really all I want, I mean, I don't know. I kind of would like to see I want a cloak, just a cloak with a hood,
Sorry.
and I want it to have like a purple lining specifically, but and I mean I don't know if they've got some like just regular common clothes. I will look at those also. Nothing fancy.
Where are you guys heading?
I say we should probably head to the general store. I'm looking for explorer clothes first.
Yeah.
And then some nice
Same.
stuff later.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Which general store are you going to?
Let's
go to
Roadheart.
Roadheart.
Why not?
Yeah.
Sure.
I need to talk to Fitzywell anyway.
Okay.
I haven't wanted to kill him in over a week.
Yes, Bref went and apologized to Marias Fitzywell, and was well received for it. That was something that happened last time, too. Marias Fitzywell is there.
Who's going? Me, Akiri, Krim. Is that it?
I'll go.
Okay, and Mavra. Sweet.
Okay. He will greet you guys in a very friendly fashion, and kind of there are some people that you've seen before and some others that you haven't, kind of feeling their way along, and the well-placed walls and items of furniture, and also using the strings with bells on them that crisscross the area. And, they're all just, like, living their lives. Some people are eating, sitting and talking. One person at one corner is kind of playing on a little reed flute, playing a little tune for some other blind folks. And they all seem to be here. You are well received and informed that you actually don't see Hramak, but you somehow you feel his presence. Somewhere, Bref is getting a headache, like he did when he got cut by that silvery greatsword. You discover that there are simple but good, like, workman's clothing, artisans' outfits for sale here. A number of items with, like, padded shins and knees for, bumping into things or kind of, getting down on your hands and knees for various tasks. Got it, Bref. And you, there's nothing like a, purple-lined cloak. And then there's also, he also sells explorers' outfits with the straps and the pockets and the pouches and everything. Some of you are already wearing explorers' outfits, I imagine. He sells that as well. Not particularly fashionable, more functional. And also with kind of optional clapper bell as well on a string. But he definitely, as you guys are moving about and looking at the wares, kind of cocks his head to one side and says, "Is that a dragonborn that I hear?"
Yeah, it's just Krem. I mean, you've met her before. Remember
Oh.
we were just here. Yeah, it's us again. Sorry. Hi, Fitzy.
Yes, it's been about a week, I think. Any progress on
Sorry.
solving the mystery of who wants to kill me?
Not that I know of. We've been a little split up this week.
Ah,
Yeah. That's
well.
probably something you should ask Bella. She seems to be in charge of that whole thing.
Oh. Well, if she comes by, I'll be sure to. Yes, well, that's all right. Gwynel, says that she has a lead, as she puts it.
Really? Who is it? Sorry, what was her name?
Gwynel, she's the detective at All Eyes Detective Agency. It's been some time since she took on the case, but she says she finally has a lead, so I'm hopeful that I won't have to live in fear for my life any longer. Soon. Well, yes.
Sorry. I
Yes?
noticed, it's been a while since we last talked, but I noticed you mentioned, Lagrana. I was curious. I haven't been there in a while, and I was just wondering if you've been.
Oh. Have you heard the terrible news?
I have. I haven't heard very much, but
Yes,
I know something happened, at least.
yes, the drowning of Lagrana a few years ago. Terrible thing. Wonderful place with beautiful people.
Yeah. My family used to go there during, the dances. We would visit.
Ah, the dances. The canyon dances, yes?
Yes, I believe it's, gosh, what's the words in Draconic? The Raylam Veruri?
The Relem Veriri, yes, that's right. Ah, marvelous. Ah, amazing. He seems very wistful. I'm going to ask you to make a deception check as you try to imply or state that your family wasn't from Lagrana.
So close.
13. He just mentions in passing, like, oh, I thought almost all Dragonborn were from there. Well, no matter. Yes, I of course, I recall the canyon dances from my youth. I saw Val Irlirith in her heyday. I painted
No
her, actually.
way.
It's over there.
You what?
I painted her. He points, and you glance across the shop, and among all of the marvelous paintings, your eyes, you kind of focus in on one kind of across the room, between various stalls, and you can kind of make out this. You're kind of at the opposite side of the room, but you can kind of make out a figure dancing, flames and crowds among a painting among these marvelous works.
You know, most Dragonborn did come from Lagrana, but almost every Dragonborn scored an invite into the city during the dances. And I've heard, or at least, what do you know about Val Irlirith?
Well, the Val Irlirith of that day, beautiful beyond belief. And I flatter myself I did all right putting that into the painting. She made grown men weep with her dance. It was a marvelous sight to behold.
Have you been to any of the recent ones?
The recent ones? You mean before the drowning?
Yes, of
No,
course.
after this happened.
Still, quite a bit to be experienced other than the dancing. All of the feasting and celebration.
Yes, I suppose that's true, but I had gone to witness Val Irlirith dance, and at least I saw that before it was taken from me.
I guess that makes sense. But, yeah. I've heard they've only, well, there was one other time a dancer made people weep, and it was recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That was definitely an interesting year at the day.
You don't say. I suppose that must have been a sight to see as well. A pity I wasn't
it
there.
Certainly was. It certainly was. Yeah, it was chaotic, but it was beautiful.
So who has been crowned Irlirith now?
It was a chromatic dragonborn of House Magal.
How nice.
And that had never happened before. Ever.
Really?
Yes. Stories of how it unleashed some chaos, some trouble for for some of the noble houses.
Adding to the tragedy, then, of the deaths in Lagrana.
True. Do you know anything about them?
Do I know something about the drowning of Lagrana? Only the news that I've heard, which is that the place was attacked, possibly by enemies made by the Dragonborn. It's only too sad that the greatest dancers of the world were wiped out.
Wait, enemies of the Dragonborn?
Well, that's what I heard.
I didn't know they had any enemies.
Well, we all have enemies. Live long
that's
enough, do things well enough, and folks start to, well, for one reason or another.
Try and murder you with a gish?
That seems to be my misfortune. I wonder if there are, if only, Magal Irlirith were here, perhaps she could shed some light on this.
Yeah,
At
I
least
wish.
we would not lack for beautiful dance to look at.
It was incredible. I was so proud of her.
Do you go over and look at the painting?
Yes.
You examine the painting closely, this is really the first time any of you have. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. The world hushes around you. As you look at the painting, it almost seems to become real before your very eyes. The dancer, gouts of flame bursting from her fingertips and nostrils, swirls in her marvelous dress, spinning in the shadows as the crowds look on. The sounds of the shop around you fade, and you instead hear the drums, the music, the swelling hush of the crowd, the crackle of flame as the dancer spins, all eyes on her. You're hypnotized by it. Equitas and Ak-Iri, you guys kind of make your way around the shop. As I mentioned, pretty straightforward and simple clothing, nothing that looks particularly nice. And you come around, and Krim is standing frozen in front of this painting, tears streaming down her scaly face.
I'm gonna kind of touch her shoulder. Krim?
Krim, you start involuntarily and look round. You were far away at a long-ago dance.
Krim, are you okay?
I'm sorry. Ryland would have loved this. I'm sorry.
Who is
Let's go get
Ryan?
close. And I'm talking only to them so no one else can hear,
Sure.
my sister.
I didn't know you had a sister.
I had 3,
You had 3.
and they were one and awful, and Ryland was the youngest, and she would have loved this painting.
Where are they now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because it's doing its weird thing. I guess I'm constantly on push to talk right now. I've told you, my entire family is dead.
Right.
Kira gives her a hug.
I'm so sorry, Krim. It was those. It was. Was it? Was it these Netheros?
To dance.
Oh, is that what happened to your family?
No, that's a picture of
No.
ancestors we had.
Oh, I said okay. Was it the Netheros that you're looking for? Is that what happened to your family?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you heard the news of what happened? Or
I
I
don't-
figured it was pretty common knowledge.
I don't know that I would have. Would I have? Maybe. I don't know.
Make a history check.
Okay.
Would Akiri have?
Make a history check.
I don't think I would have. For the 5.
17?
Akiri is 3 years old, right?
Yeah.
This happened the year you were born.
Wow.
Wow.
Equitus has, he was in a closed-off environment, a hermetically sealed environment,
Right.
and did not get the news.
In a way, I'm sort of only 4 years old.
Akiri, you did hear about it. The news reached as far as Wildstone. And you did hear that Legrana, City of the Dragonborn, also known as City of the Brave, was destroyed, was flooded, and it's referred to as the Drowning of Legrana. It's actually on the calendar.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing about that at one point, Chris.
Yeah, well,
was
I
your
survived that. And
Oh, wow.
no one else did.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Yeah. That's why I'm concerned about being recognized. I don't know what it would mean for people to know that anyone lived through that.
right. Okay. Well, we'll definitely take care of that. And whatever we need to do to help you. Revenge, whatever you need.
It's coming, but not right now.
All right. Well, just say the word.
Let's get some
Let's get some clothes. So basically, they've got just basic workwear and explorer wear here. I don't know that I really need anything from here. Yeah. Where was the place to get the nicer clothes?
House of Haggis clothing.
Okay.
Sorry. I want to get 2 sets of the explorer's clothing.
Okay. 2 sets of explorer outfits. Right, this is... oh, right. Okay, sorry, hang on just a sec. I'm trying to find the price for you. I think that they are a few gold each. Stand by. There we go. Yes. So you can purchase an explorer's outfit for 5 gold pieces. And that includes all of the straps and the pockets, and it's quite a complex outfit when you get down to it. It's meant for exploring.
Okay, then I'll just get one of them.
Okay. You hand out the gold, and he kind of puts it into the till, and Marias says, "I hope you return again soon. I look forward to speaking with you more about the marvelous places we visited."
Me too.
Perhaps I'll have Hramak move some of the paintings around and display that dancer more prominently for a while.
Definitely. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Alright, so with your new Explorer's outfit, you guys are heading down to House of Haggis clothing. Got it, Bella. Alright. In there, you guys find the exterior is kind of well lit, kind of bustling outside. There's all these little kind of pop-up shops, even in wintertime, that are lined with people selling various foodstuffs and little things, little tchotchkes you might want. This tailor and clothing shop is a terracotta large single-story building, and there's a row of flowers outside. As you push open the door, a little bell rings, and a man comes bounding out of the back, spraying safety pins from his mouth. He is wearing a brightly colored kilt, and his eyes are wide like a madman. "Ah, good evening to ye! Or is it morning still? Top of the morning, then. Welcome to House of Haggis. What are you looking for today?" "Two beautiful ladies and a handsome, devilishly handsome gentleman, if I may say so, are rarely seen such beauties in this shop, so please, welcome to House of Haggis. I'm Lance Haggis, at your service." And he slightly lifts the edge of his kilt and does a curtsy.
Hi, it's very nice to meet you. My name's Equitas, and I extend my hand for a handshake.
Equitas. Well, that's a mouthful, isn't it? What a great name.
What was your first name again, Mr.
Lance.
Haggis?
Lance. I'm Lance Haggis. He clasps your hand in both of his and shakes it vigorously.
Very nice to meet you, Mr. Haggis.
You notice how calloused the index finger of his left hand is.
Nice to meet you. I think I know somebody who would love to meet you. But I'm looking for a nice, not top of the line, but a pretty nice cloak with a hood.
Cloaks. Well, cloaks I can do you for. So you guys looking around, and the place is pretty densely packed with racks of clothing, and everything in here smells like cloth, and that's quite a sight. Everything is very nice, and well made. Even the workers' clothes and the explorers' outfits that you spot amongst the kind of town wear are fitted and they have nice lines and it's It's quite a sight. He pulls you over to he grasps you by the shoulder and steers you toward where there's like a dressmaker's dummy with 5 different cloaks kind of stacked, pinned onto the shoulders, one over the other. And he kind of rifles through them and he says, "For your look, you're looking for something flashy. I can see it in your eye. Something perhaps even borderline gaudy, yet with a dark flair. Am I right? Given your coloration, you're going to be wanting something dark to show off the ruddy quality of your skin."
Yeah, let me see what you have in mind.
He pulls out this black cloak with like a white fur liner, and kind of swirls it about, and he says, "While this may look whimsical, its practical design will let you tumble, dash about, and even hold it up in front of your face to shrink into the shadows if you so desire."
Well, I do like that. What does the lining look like?
It's fur. It's like a white fur.
Like a white
it
fur?
is snow rabbit.
Oh, okay. All right. That's pretty nice. And the outside is like black.
Yes. It's like a sleek. It's like a sleek, dashing black.
All right. How much is this? Is going to be way too expensive for me. How much does this cost?
He says, "This will run you 100 silver pieces."
So that's what, 10 gold?
I would certainly accept gold. Are you a golded gentleman then?
Yeah. Okay. So that's something that I would definitely think about for the future. But for right now, I'm looking for more something, like a starter cloak.
A starter cloak. Well, perhaps you want me to cut off the corner and pin it to your chest then?
No, I mean...
You come to House of Haggis for the best, my good man! And he grabs you and he dusts your horns, without asking. And he just kind of says,
dinner first, at least.
He polishes them slightly, and says, "You come to House of Haggis for the best, my friend, not for kiddie clothes.
So
I don't care if you have to beg, borrow, steal, but that's my price, and I'm sticking to it."
All right, and I understand. I'm sure that it's worth every copper. I'm sure that it's. I'm sure that the craftsmanship is just bar none.
Are you trying to haggle with me, lad?
No, I would never haggle with such an honest man as yourself. The thing is,
he narrows his eyes.
The thing is, though, I just, I don't, I've been out basically saving the world, and it's hard to come across money like when you're doing a job like that.
Saving the world, marvelous. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work.
Well, considering as you're saving the world, and I once met a very nice tiefling who gave me some good advice that I'll never forget. I'll give it to you for half price, my lad, and you can come back and tell all your friends about what a wonderful shop we've got here at House of Haggis.
Oh, nice. Okay.
50 silver pieces, or
Or 5 gold.
yeah,
Okay. Then yeah. Okay. Then I would be happy to do that. Yeah, and I'll hand him the 5 gold.
Marvelous, marvelous. Now for the beautiful ladies. Are you wanting some nice dresses that I would love to show you? I see what you wrote, Haley. I have a marvelous selection of gowns if you're looking for something a little different from your current get-up. Perhaps you're looking to shine in the festival tomorrow.
I'm actually looking mostly for something warm. We've been traveling a lot, and it's cold out there.
Marvelous, marvelous.
Yeah. Also, I have wings, so I'm not sure if that's gonna be a little harder to accommodate.
Ah, I see. Well, a bit of tailoring. We'll fit you in just about anything you can see here. You hate dresses. Well, young lady, I certainly understand. Perhaps you'd be interested in this kimono overpiece. And he brings you to another dressmaker's sort of bust with something thrown over it. In silky smooth woven fabric with a floral embroidery. Tassels embellish the hem. Open front, wide sleeves, longer tunic length pairs great with a modest veil, if that's what you're looking for. 100 silver pieces. Aye, it comes with a veil. If you're so inclined. Yeah, he kind of throws it over the front of the bust, and it is yes, it's quite well made. It's quite pretty as he has described it. I do have gowns that can match, but as I think it pairs best with what you've got on, of course. Do you have any scarves? Of course I do. Hang on a second. Gotta find it. Do you, I have this one with a hunting scene embroidered upon it, and a long scarf. You can loop it twice around your elegant and graceful neck, and it'll keep you warm in the cold winter months that we seem to be having. And I could let that go for 50 silvers. It is green with a red hunting scene embroidered on it. If you're specifically looking for purple, I don't know that I have anything ready in the scarf department. And I do have these 6 dresses that I'm just looking to fit some beautiful lady into. What do you have that is purple? Ah! He brings you over to the other side of the shop. and like kind of pushes some clothing down the rack and shows you this one, and he says, "I have this. From winter strolls along the lake to brunch with the girls, this long, wide purple gown is the perfect match for all your weekend plans. Bright embroidered yellow stripes on soft jersey knit and a ruffled high-low hem make it easy to pair to fur-lined boots for a look that can go all day long." No, thank you. He seems a little crestfallen. "That's all right. I'm sure we can find just what you're looking for." "Oh, you'll take the scarf. Marvelous, marvelous. Well, this hunting scene will certainly show off your neckline well. And 50 silver pieces."
What race is this gentleman?
He is human.
Okay.
But obviously raised by dwarves.
Obviously raised by dwarves.
Alright, so while this has been happening, Akiri's been like kind of looking around, browsing. She's looking for kind of a shorter dress. Definitely something that's a little bit thicker material, warmer.
As soon as he makes the exchange with Krim, he charges toward you.
Akira, like, takes a physical step back. Because, wow, that's too much personality. What's fun?
He says, do you tell him you're looking for a shorter dress?
Yeah, I say that.
Absolutely. Well, I know just how to show off the sheen of those curly feathers. Come over here. This black silken faux wrap dress is made to take you from boss babe to after-work drinks. With fun ruffle details along the wrapped hem and 3/4 sleeves. Just add some statement earrings, perhaps, for a fun take on a classic look.
I'm sorry, okay, Alright, that's very pretty. I really like it. But do you have anything that's, I don't know, I'm looking for something that's warm, specifically.
Warm but short.
Yeah, so I can still move.
Ah! Come this way! And he pulls you over to another one. Tight lacing is used in this red gown to create a form-fitting garment which girdles at the hips, creating a long-waisted appearance. Silver key hem embroidery suggests the hearth and home, while the fine mink trim will keep a lady warm in the cold winter weather.
Ooh, I really like that. And you said it was red, right, Max?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I really like that. And it matches my scarf. That's great. I love it.
Marvelous. Well, you just count out 245 silver pieces, and we'll be I'll get it fitted to just to you with space for the wings.
Sorry, I'm doing math. That's 24 gold and 5 silver, right?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, I can do that.
Marvelous, marvelous. Well, I'm a lucky man today. 3 such well-dressed and discerning folk in House of Haggis have rarely been seen all at the same time.
Wait.
You are a delight. And we will tell everybody we know to come buy your fine clothes.
Well,
Specifically-
thank you. Sorry, what?
Nothing. Just inside joke.
Marvelous. Well, come back again soon and enjoy your wear. And he'll take some time. He'll ask you to come back the next day or maybe that evening, if you want a rush job for him to adjust the that one dress for wings.
Cool.
And yes, Krim, you can buy a plain cloak. For 10 silver pieces.
Is there a card or something that we're gonna get for these items, or what do we do?
Write them on your character sheet.
Okay, so just a cloak.
Okay, well, describe it however you like on your character
Right.
sheet. It's your character
I'm
sheet.
just sure. Right. Okay. And Maver, I think you're with us. Did you want to buy something?
Mabra is AFK. I don't think she went with you guys.
Oh, maybe I.
Yes,
Oh, she went.
I thought you did.
I'll ask her.
All right. Well,
when she gets back.
She can participate when she gets back. All right. Well, you have shopped for clothes. You can wear those, and you kind of feel like people act differently toward you. Maybe not so much. Krim didn't really change her look, although she can put on clean clothes at least. But people kind of do treat you guys a little differently as if you wear these clothes around town.
Max, I'm just gonna pop in real quick and say I'm on Discord.
Oh, hey, how you doing, my friend?
Doing good. I've been listening for a little bit. I didn't want to interrupt, but
Oh,
I'm
okay.
here. I can. ETA for Roll20 is like 10:30.
Okay, well that's pretty soon. Do you have something you want to do?
Like, as in like downtime actions.
Or whatever. I guess you missed there was a bit of a planning session that all of the players got together for, but I'll let them handle that.
I don't want to like derail too much of what you guys are doing. But Cordy was just kind of planning on just like bopping around town
Okay.
this week and seeing if she could like offer help to anyone to try to like barter, I guess.
Okay.
She can like heal, she can like purify food, she can make water, like that, like mend things. So like just kind of like see if she could like do anything to kind of like help people to maybe barter specifically for like herbs, but just whatever people had to offer her, if applicable.
Well, nobody's specifically gone out to purchase herbs. If that's what you're looking for, that's cool. I want to say that over the course of the week, you are doing a lot of meditating and communing with the fungus that grows out of your body. And as you're doing that, the smoky, hazy form that came out in the smoke kind of haunts your thoughts and dreams. And can you hear me?
Yep, I'm just listening.
And as you are trying to unlock and train your seal of power, the seal of she who was loved, at first you are fighting against yourself. You're fighting against the fungus. It's trying to make you forget. You're trying to remember. And slowly, over the course of the week, gradually, as you commune with it, as you grow to a greater understanding of yourself and those powers, you begin to feel less like you're in opposition with the fungus, and more like you are in tune with it. And that begins to unlock this power. And it stops trying to make you forget in that overpowering way. And you stop fighting it. And you kind of come together with yourself, in a sense. And begin to be more in sync with the fungus. And as that happens, you activate your seal.
Okay, awesome. Do I feel in a better headspace overall then?
I couldn't hear that. What was that?
Do I feel like I'm in a better headspace, like, through all this?
You do feel like you're in a better headspace. At first, it started with your heart breaking, smoking the spirit moss, or throwing it on the fire, and seeing the figure of Navra appear. But over the course of the week of meditation, you kind of push through and through that heartbreak and become more in tune and more accepting of this natural world in which you find yourself.
Awesome. That's good to know.
All right. So, we had an epic shopping trip. Oh, Mavra, did you want to do something? There was some question about whether you had gone to House of Haggis.
I went shopping.
Okay.
And I think I would have wanted to get the explorer outfit.
Okay. Do you want to get an explorer outfit from just one of the 3 general stores?
Yeah.
Or do you want... Okay, so you don't want to go to the nice clothing shop?
No.
Okay. Alright. Which general store are you going to go to? You want to go to Wiz Basilisk, The Rope and Open, or Roadheart?
Roadheart.
Okay. Well, you are able to buy an explorer's outfit from the same place that Krim did. How much did I say it was there? 5 gold pieces?
5. Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, 5 gold pieces. And you have the explorer's outfit, which is all covered in straps and pockets and pouches and buttons and buckles and everything that you could want to have to hand as an explorer. All right, guys, what do you want to do now? Oh, go ahead.
Would he also have had a coat or cloak?
Just like a very plain, simple one?
Yeah.
Sure. And that's 10 silvers.
Okay.
Or 1 gold. All right. So, you've done all that. What would you guys like to do next?
Akuri really wants to corner Sezig again at some point.
Okay. You could do so that evening.
Sounds good.
So you meet Sezig at the Mellow Eel, where he orders a bottle of wine, cheap wine, and begins his heavy drinking with Snorri Trebor, his dwarf companion, staying sober for the moment and on the lookout. Sezig kind of looks up as you approach and kind of leans over on the bar to make more room for you.
Hey, just...
Sorry about the other.
No, I'm sorry. I got all distracted and grumpy. That's my fault, not yours.
Yeah.
How is our young aspirant?
Oh, I think I know what that word means.
To the sword wings, you aspire to become a swordwing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Sir Akiri.
I just had this. I don't know. I've had a couple questions recently, and this weird dream, but I don't think you really care about that.
You never know. Try me. Was it about the cursed sword?
No, I don't think so. No, it wasn't. Sorry.
All right.
But yeah. Anyways, I had remember when we were talking about the Frillback prophecy?
Yes, the Frillback prophecy, and the other prophecy. Watch the skies.
Someone else mentioned the Frillback prophecy, and I was curious. Does it, do I have what is it? I don't think I've actually heard that one, now that I think about it.
Well, in a way, they're one and the same.
What do you mean?
I mean, they're similar. Well, the way I heard it is, the savage seer, some hermit in the wilderness, made the prophecy of the frilled. I don't really know the exact words. I'm not really a scholar myself. But it is definitely something about the frilled preventing a terrible thing from happening. The great unmaking.
Oh.
Apparently the frilled are going to prevent the great unmaking somehow.
Really?
Well, that's what I've heard. I I haven't met too many frilled.
Well, from what I hear, there aren't very many outside of Crystal Glen. I think that's where we originated from.
Oh,
and I know that's where my parents do.
Makes sense. That's, not, too far away from, where the Savage Seer is, so I suppose that makes sense.
Wait, the Savage Seer is still alive?
Oh, aye. No doubt about it. Folk like that don't ever seem to die.
Wait, who are they?
I don't really know. Some wild, some hermit out in the wilderness, far to the southeast. Across the water from Crystal Glen.
Huh. That's interesting. Maybe we should go talk to him at some point. That'd be cool. But... yeah. Crap, sorry, no, I totally forgot what else I was gonna ask him. Whoops, 1 second.
That's alright, I'll just have some more wine. Gulps it down through his beak.
Oh, Sezek.
Aye.
There is something... Okay, so anyways, sorry. That weird dream I had.
Yeah. What's that?
It was... I think... It was something about the Scarred Earth cult.
Oh. His demeanor changes when you mention the Scarred Earth cult. He kind of fluffs his seagull-like feathers, and his scarred face takes on a more intimidating cast and expression.
Yeah, it was weird. There was this voice, and it was really gravelly and like deep, and it sounded like you know when like boulders kind of hit each other. That's kind of what it sounded like. Yeah, and he said, what was it? He said something about the frilled are falling. He said a couple names that are ours. And then he was talking to someone else, and he said, "Come to the scorching mountain." I think
he said, "Come to the scorching mountain."
Yeah.
Oh, this dream seems dangerous.
Well, yeah, he didn't sound nice. I agree.
The Scarred Earth cult is not something to mess with. Age-old enemies of the Swordwings, as you know.
Yeah.
The Scorching Mountain is perhaps their greatest stronghold.
Really?
You wouldn't want to go there.
Why not? Well, I mean, obviously, because they're bad people and that's their stronghold. Never mind, sorry.
I've never heard of anyone besides Rognik and Daisio himself who came back alive from that wasteland of lava and ash.
Her eyes light up as soon as he says that, because, ooh, Rognek. Really? Wow. Oh, so, but I kind of need to go there. Maybe. Possibly.
Oh. Surely. Well, it's not my place to tell you what to do. I'm not your father.
But, like... Okay, so, sorry, another question. Have you heard of, like, are there any famous Aarakocra named, I don't know, Eckark or Shadir from, like, the past?
Well, Eckark is a traditional Aarakocran name.
Okay.
Can't say I've heard it before, in regards to any particular historical figure. I'm not familiar with the name Shadir.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry, that seems to have upset you.
Well, yeah. So, a couple weeks ago now, we were, we found this weird dungeon, underneath a basilisk lair, because, we were sent to pick up the alpha of it. And, written down underneath, written on the walls, there was something weird, written in Aarakocra, and it said, the kingdom of Ebb feared the sky, and written by an Aarakocra named Eckark.
That's quite a tale. Was there anything about a cursed sword there?
I don't think so.
Well...
No, sorry.
That's too bad.
Yeah, and then, the reason Shadir is crazy to me is because Shadir is my brother. Or the name of my brother.
Oh, and you fear for your brother's safety?
Yeah, a lot.
Aye. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I could do something to help you, but it seems I can offer answers and advice. This thing that we're afraid of from the skies. It sounds like Eckark was afraid of it too.
And the Kingdom of Ebb too, apparently.
Well, precipitation can be bad for more than just flying.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've always liked rain. It's wet, but like...
Oh, you have you? Well, I like rain too. Not sure why some of the older Swordwings are so weird about it.
Really?
Aye.
Huh, I wonder why. That is weird. I mean, it's just rain. What's it gonna do to them?
I don't know.
Are they scared of getting wet
I guess something to do with the Kingdom of Ebb.
Huh, maybe. I don't know. That is strange.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think you answered all my questions. Thanks.
Well, have a drink with me then.
She looks at it thoughtfully. I mean, Vapor's beer wasn't too bad. She'll try it.
Okay. You down the glass of wine. It's cheap wine and it makes you cough.
Yeah, accurate.
But it does go down. Your dreams that night are odd, garbled. Not a clear vision sent by your god. But something strange, something unnerving. You can't quite make it out. It sounds like doesn't really make any sense.
Alright.
What would anyone else like to do something, or should we go ahead and roll forward to the next day? Yes.
So, I just realized I totally forgot I need to go talk to Bella.
All right.
So, Bella, I heard that Aquitas gave you Samson's papers, correct? Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We need to go through them and figure out who Samson was trying to contact here.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were going to tell somebody he was dead. Yeah, certainly. I pull out his pack and I say, well, I suppose we can go through, since we're here, we can spend a day or two going through his things.
Okay. That's what I'd like to do.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check, both of you.
Equitas would probably spend the rest of the day helping with that.
Certainly. This is probably that night.
Okay.
Natural 20. I know the person who he's trying to contact's childhood nickname.
You find a series of journal entries in Samson's notes, and kind of little bits and pieces through all of his papers lead you to conclude or put the following together. I spent many, many years researching and studying history, trying as I might to find out information about the Kingdom of Ebb and its downfall, but basically to no avail. The history was either never recorded, or it was erased. I've found huge books with only a few pages blanked, as if magic prevented me from getting the information I need, as though someone had been deliberately and systematically removing all information out there about Ebb. My parents remember nothing, even though my great-great-great-great-grandparents died in Ebb. With the only remaining artifact, this locket, which was passed down from grandfather to father to me. There's a bit of notes describing the locket. It has a symbol on the front, delicately carved in and painted, and somehow the paint hasn't deteriorated in the thousands of years this item has been around. The symbol on the front is the same as the one my father had tattooed onto his ankle, presumably at birth, and he somewhat crudely replicated on my ankle for tradition's sake, but nobody knows what it means. I've studied the locket nearly every night for over a century, turning it over and twisting it in my hands as I go to sleep. And I've discovered 3 series of moves which cause it to turn and transform. The locket can become a suit of armor, a butterfly, and a pyramid. Each of these confers a magical effect upon the wearer. I know, it says, I know there must be more ways and configurations I can unlock, if only I can figure out the right series of moves, or find the right piece of lore. As any good wizard can sense strong power inside of it. It becomes clear from the notes that he decided to leave the research and university life because he finally had a lead. A relatively modern tome had mention of a professor who was able to translate ancient Ebb and was an expert on its history. He was fabled to have even gazed through the veil of time into the past to study the ruins for archaeological purposes. I recognized his name as an active professor in Arkney. He was conflicted about leaving, but felt a force calling him. A force calling him to leave and seek out this professor and more information. I couldn't explain what the feeling was. A professor of astrology. I couldn't explain what the feeling was, says another journal entry. I just knew something out there needed me to learn about it, and I had to go. That's it.
I think I'm gonna use my last scroll of identify on the locket that I have.
Okay.
To see if it reveals
You
any
read
magical
read the completion phrase at the bottom of the scroll. The words glow, burn. The scroll disintegrates, and the magic fails. Identify fails to work on the locket.
Well, fuck.
But it slowly, instead of getting all the information at once, connecting with some of the things that you have just read, you are able to figure out the series of moves. It helps you clarify the series of moves for those 3 configurations on the locket. So you can turn it into a suit of armor, a butterfly, or a pyramid shape.
Okay.
Do you have the card for the locket, by the way?
I do.
Could you play it to the table for us?
Sure thing. How do you do that?
Drag it from your hand. There it is. Oh, I should fix that white line on the side. That's gross. Ignore the white line. That's what it looks like in its neutral state. You can take the card back if you wish.
Okay. So, whenever... Can I say during the week of downtime that I had already attuned to the rod of the rockworm?
Oh
Sorry
yes,
for
sure.
retconning so much.
That would only be
Okay.
that would only be an hour.
Okay, and then I want to attune to the locket it whenever we get some more downtime. I'd been holding back because I've been afraid of it, but now
Yes,
I'll
indeed.
attune to it.
All right. It's pretty late, so you probably won't do it that night, but you could do it later. And speaking of which, let's take a short break at this point. Sound good? So we will take a few minutes of break and come right back here and continue playing the Wildlands.
Okie doke. See you guys in a bit.
Hello, perfect timing.
Woo!
Yeah, we pulled into our like parking lot right as you were like, "We're gonna take a break." I was like,
Does this start the next week? So if we're going to start sleeping, because if so we've already paid for. Go ahead. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and pay for the full next week, which I believe was a gold and 5 copper.
You're only staying here for days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we were. Sorry.
Yeah, because I imagine that this is probably where well, how much is
we
just
talked
a
about
night?
leaving sooner.
Yeah, since we're gonna be leaving tomorrow, who knows what's gonna happen? So no, probably just pay for the night, just whatever a night is.
When everyone returns to Clayton's Lodge, you find a very overburdened breath sitting with, gosh, I did the math and now I forget. What's 9 times 7? 35? No, that's not it.
63.
It's
Yeah.
63.
63 large packages.
Oh,
So I got food for everyone!
look at you, Ref. What is this?
Well, I figured we're going to be going on a trip, and last time we kind of cutting it a little close with our supplies, so now we don't have to worry about that.
Where did all this
Okay.
come from?
Like,
This is awesome,
to
bruh.
get 9 rations each.
This is so nice, bruh.
Akiri runs up and gives him a hug.
I would never turn down your fish stew. This is for after we leave. I gladly pay for my bed and stew.
A copper, a silver is 10 copper, right? Okay, well, here, if somebody will let me borrow a copper, I've got 9. I mean, I've got some gold too, but if somebody will let me borrow a copper, I've only got 9.
I don't think I have any.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm sure you could break a gold.
Yeah. What does that come to? A gold is 100 copper? Okay. Then there you go. There's a silver for food and a bed.
What race is the governor?
It's the food that's being brought out from the governor's mansion. It's being set out in the town square, and everybody's eating and cool.
So it's like a Ren fair.
Oh, look at that. Fancy schmancy. And did everybody stay at Clayton's Lodge? Is that where we're waking up?
It's like the commercial says, the best part of waking up is fish stew in your cup.
Mm-hmm. Better than better. So, do we want to spend any time at the
Look, normally I'm all about a good party, but
TXC's plenty.
we have family on the line. That's more important.
I agree with you, Breff.
Hey, Bella.
Yeah.
Where do you think Samson's contact is? He's at the college or something like that.
Well, it said professor. So I would guess either the House of Learning or, since he seemed to be a astrologer, the stars and signs. But I suppose we could just go to the library and ask, or ask around town where the professor of astrology is.
We probably need to do that before we leave. Maybe have a conversation with him. So, I don't know if we can, because it's a holiday, but if we could find him, that'd be great.
It might be easier on a holiday, maybe he'll be in more of a talking kind of mood.
That's true. Gosh. Where do we start again?
I would say either the House of Learning or Stars and Signs. My two best guesses.
Maybe let's try Stars and Signs.
All right. So I guess Krim and I head over to Stars and Signs. We let everybody know where we're going if they want to join us, but no pressure. We're just going to go talk to the guy.
I'll go with them.
Cordy would like to tag along.
I think we can just all go as a group, though I don't think Breff will have a lot to say.
Oh, okay. So it's like a kid's school. So, yeah, Stars and Signs, I think, is our best bet then.
I'm gonna step up and kind of let that guy know that he needs to back off.
What are you talking about? Oh, okay.
You.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
Hey,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I just want to ask if you were okay.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Is it like a human size door? All right, well, I'll knock.
Yeah.
I got a 3. Say, I don't think he's home.
I'm gonna knock a little louder and put my ear up to the door. Yeah.
He's not home.
Okay.
Are
I
there
have an
any
idea.
windows in which to look into?
Well, there's a window in the exact middle of the door, but
Well, are there any
neither
other
Aquitas
windows?
nor I can see through it.
I'm pretty sure the door is cursed.
Akira's gonna go up to the top of the roof and look inside to see if anyone's in there.
I'm gonna try and open the door. Just trying to, not forcing it open, just to check and see if it's locked.
I'm gonna call through, and I'm gonna say it's about the Empire of Ebb.
What do you guys think? Should we break down the door?
And Samson, our friend Samson traveled a long way to see you.
How do you know he's dead? Okay, so are there any guards around? What do you guys think? Should we... What do you guys think? Should we try and break in?
Akiri's gonna pop her head.
Why would we try and break into this clearly grieving man?
Akiri's gonna pop her head over the edge of the roof and be like, "Hey guys, do you want me to just go inside and unlock it?
If you can, yes, please.
There's holes."
Well, we're coming in either way.
But like, I totally can. Like,
Well, then you should come out. You should come out and celebrate with us then if you're on vacation.
Yeah, I hate that. What did I miss? Somebody just tell me in chat or something. Go ahead.
He's trying to pretend that he's not there and doesn't know anything about it, but he's clearly super prophetic and stuff.
What race is he?
Haven't seen him yet, but I'm gonna call Halfling.
I was gonna call Gnome.
Fix. Which eye is he missing? Hello. Good. How? Are you the owner of this? Yeah, we had some things we wanted to discuss with you if you didn't mind.
Do you know Samson? Because it seems like maybe you know Samson.
Do I trust this guy?
I mean, we watched him die. If that helps.
Yeah, how do you know he's dead? And as I say that, I'm gonna enter. I'm gonna enter Stars and Signs.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm gonna stand
going
behind.
to-
I'm gonna be right behind her as she does that. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm going in. Both of us.
I guess you're in front, Krim. But I mean, I'll do it.
I believe him, so I won't be helping out.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Yes.
minute.
Okay,
Wait a
now I'm trying again.
No. Yeah, you're gonna have to do better than that. I've
Yeah.
got my foot in the door. Breath. We need some help, big guy. Can you help us open this door?
I can try. Sorry.
Oh, this is saving throw.
That was a saving throw.
Oh, now it's still a natural 20.
Dang it, cow.
Hey, there we go. 21.
Thanks. Gotcha. I was thinking like an object that I could pick up and carry around. Sweet. Thanks. That's all I needed.
I'm gonna pick him up and say, I mean, I'm 6 foot. I'm 6'6".
Holy crap!
Yeah.
And I'm right.
Survivor.
I'm right next to
What
him.
do you know?
Akiri casts
What
of
do you
truth on
know?
the carpet.
And I'm being as tall and as menacing as I can.
I would prefer answers.
Yeah, we
Tea
need
is okay.
more than tea, little man.
Akiri
Yes.
volunteers.
Wait, is that what this place is? You tell fortunes? What do you do? Well, you're the fortune teller. You tell me.
I'm back. I just don't know what else happened.
My name is Equitus. Wait a minute. What do you mean? Sort of. You're saying
Well,
a
we
lot of
did just
very
break
strange
into his
things.
house.
Well,
I
sure.
mean,
But he was saying strange things before that.
yes. Listen, the reason we're here is because, as well you know, we were traveling with Samson, your correspondent, and he had this artifact of ebb that he was particularly interested in finding out more about. If you could just tell us a little bit about it, we would love to get your expert opinion. We understand you're one of the very few people who can actually read ancient Ebbian? Ebonics?
Ebonics.
That's fine. too careful.
Try and be as accurate as you can. It seems like you weren't very keen on Samson coming to you. Oh. Doom.
Oops.
It said
Well-
Doom? What? That's, I mean, that's not very specific.
Here's the
I mean,
locket.
some folks. That could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm gonna take out my locket and show it to him. Yes,
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to him.
I am watching him like a hawk.
What can you tell us about it?
So it's like
Here's
a
the-
magical prevention? I don't know what that means.
Or the ocean. The ocean's magic.
I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on him. Is he lying? So, what are the great bards? Eponiorn. You're thinking about it. Tell us what the great bards are. Only when
I can
Only-
assure you, we mean you no harm, and I think we will probably try to compensate you for your time.
only whenever you call me a survivor in Grimfinstall.
I don't
That's when
assure
I
you.
start reading your thoughts.
I don't assure you of anything.
Equitas, stop! You're making it worse. Just a quick question.
What are the great
Uh,
bards?
One question. Just one last question, please. Um, do you have any idea why Ebb would fear the sky? Because my people just got the same prophecy within the past couple seasons. All our seers and fortune tellers have been telling us to watch the skies.
Look, and I step up and say, if you know anything about what we're asking you about, you need to tell us. We're gonna find out from you.
Okay, but maybe
I'm
we
not
should
threatening
step
you.
back a little bit and say, listen, we're trying to solve a number of things that are significant problems. The the locket of ebb is only one of the things that we're trying to get to the bottom of, but it looks like we, a group of relatively unknown adventurers, except for me, have stumbled into rather a massive world-ending type of plot, and we're trying to stop it from happening. So maybe we're not the ones who are bringing. Yes, you know. Well, I hope not. But we've encountered a few instances of this kind of big magic that you're talking about. We've all been having strange dreams. We've been caught up in things that, frankly, I wish that we hadn't been. And I think that you might be one of the only people who could help us at this point. So maybe you shouldn't think of us as bringing doom to your door. Maybe you should think of us as some of the only people who are also aware that the doom is coming and who are trying to do something about it. 23. Yes.
Sorry, what? What do you say?
I wouldn't take it personally. He's like that with everybody.
Yeah, he really is.
True.
I mean, if you know where he came from, you should know he really wasn't raised right.
I just, I'm sitting there. I'm being quiet.
Right.
Thank
Well,
you.
I think that the doom of the great bards might be a little bit closer to your doorstep than you realized previously. Have you been aware at all of what's been happening in your own town? Yes. And right. But are you aware of what has been going on with him lately? There's Sure. Well, somebody's been trying to kill him using a very strange and powerful version of a gesh, one that briefly affected a couple of my companions here. There seems to be a very bizarre and indirect murder plot using powerful magic that even the wizards at the library were unable to completely understand or do away with. I don't really want to get into how that whole thing wrapped up, but I think that, as I say, the doom of the great bards is a great deal closer to you than you think. Yeah, probably. Or you could help him and you could help us. I think that you're probably the person who we should have come to see in the first place. Unfortunately, we only learned that you were here last night.
I just realized that my mic has been muted on on the stream for like an hour.
Oh no.
Great. They haven't heard any of the amazing... None of that is recorded for posterity.
Oh, that sucks.
They're talking to this crazy crazy astrologer. Anyway.
Whose house we broke into.
I mean, he let us in first. We just forced the rest of the way.
We just had to knock louder than usual.
And harder, too.
Anyway, was there some other question I could answer? I'm nervous having you here.
Okay,
Yeah,
so... Sorry. I had, detect thoughts up for a minute. Is there anything I would have learned from that conversation, or his thoughts other than great bards?
He thought of looking through a telescope at the stars and figuring out the locations of some of these people.
Okay.
I've just got one more question. You said you did know about why the Kingdom of Ebb was, they feared the sky, right? Would you mind telling us?
I suppose I don't mind.
Thank you.
He puffs on the pipe and then takes a sip of his own tea.
I glare at him.
What is your problem?
Wax his arm.
I don't have a problem at all. Continue.
Well, what do you know about the Kingdom of Ebb and the devils?
Well, I mean, we ran into a devil-filled dungeon at one point from the time of the Kingdom of Ebb.
Makes sense, makes sense. Well,
Are you talking like bearded devils? Because we've encountered quite a few of those in our on-the-job research.
well, it seems that the Kingdom of Ebb were masters of planar travel and extraplanar bargaining. They were close allies. Well, I say they as if they were one unit. They were a whole empire that stretched across the entire Wildlands. There were many different peoples and factions and leaders, but some of their greatest mages were masters of planar travel and became allies of Asmodeus himself. Now, you may have noticed that the Kingdom of Ebb is no longer in existence, but Asmodeus is still being the awful ruler of the bottom layer of the Nine Hells. And I should not say his name out loud. Don't nobody say it a third time. Where was I? Well, anyway, they ran afoul of.
I roll my eyes at that.
Okay.
Akiri whacks. Well, yeah, Akiri whacks him on the arm. Like, be nice.
Well, there was a rebellion in the Nine Hells, led by a devil whose name I will not speak aloud, but will write down for you. He scribbles down on a piece of paper the name Balvroxos. the Kingdom of Ebb made an enemy of Balroxos as they were... Oh, I just said it! Darn it! Anyway, I made an enemy of him, and got involved in the whole blood war craziness. But the Kingdom of Ebb was clever. The Kingdom of Ebb was powerful. And instead of being ground underfoot by these fiendish forces, they gained in power. And they grew. And they became stronger and more powerful. They were so enlightened and amazing, inventing wonderful creations, and living lives of leisure and joy and ease. In fact, not many people know this. In fact, I don't think your friend Samson knew this, but there was a faction called the Edian Acolytes, trying to create their own Eden within the Kingdom of Ebb. Amazing folk. Of course, that didn't work out for them. They became enemies of the now dead god Nezix. But that's a whole other story.
Nezix, you say?
Yes.
Do you want this stick?
Do you pull it out?
I do pull it out.
He screams, "Ah!" And
is that a scream of excitement? I can't tell.
He falls off the stump as you hold the staff with the skull and wings on it up in front of him.
And tell me again, what did this Nezix have to do with this story of Balroxos and Ebb?
Well, he unwillingly gave them more power. Some say the Kingdom of Ebb killed Nezix, as they drained his godlike power from him.
So is my stick dead?
Please put that thing away.
Oh, okay, sorry. I put the stick away.
Thank you. Anyway, I don't know what that is, but I want nothing to do with it. Probably more doom. Anyway...
I would just like to point out that we haven't done any doom to you so far.
Well, you say that, but there was also a faction within the Kingdom of Ebb called the Doomed. And as the Kingdom of Ebb came to fear the sky, and what the sky would do to them as they grew more powerful, the Doomed began to work out an alternative to prevent it from happening. So, he looks around at your puzzled faces. You look confused. Let me simplify. Powerful empire gets way, way more powerful, afraid of the cleansing from the sky. And so they come up with a plan A powerful magic that will stop that cleansing. The cleansing rains. And something goes wrong. Nobody knows what. 2,000 years ago, the history of the Kingdom of Ebb stops. It stops entirely. It is chopped off. Like your heads will be if you threaten me again. Does this cleansing rain have anything to do with the Netheros? Strange question. Please don't say the the name of that organization again. Why, you say? I don't want them to hear that I have been talking about them, and to show up and bring doom to my door. I don't know much about them, but the Netheros do not appear in any star, in any constellation in the sky, and that I do not like. Darn it, I said their name! Stop! Everybody stop saying it! Stop saying the names of powerful and potentially deadly things in my house.
So I shouldn't say a name like the Scarred Earth either, right?
The what?
Never mind.
Oh, fine. Young Dragonborn, I only know that I don't know anything about that group you're asking about. I can only say that the House of Val, the three houses, Val, Magal, and whatever the third one was. He shrugs. Came to fear the sky also. What are you... Normally you... I know you're having trouble talking. Do you want to try again? I don't know why you're rolling an insight check. Normally you say something and then I call for a check. You want to know if he really doesn't know anything about the Netheros. Got it. You can tell he thinks it's really, 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 really significant that they do not appear in the constellations. That all his powers of astrology have nothing to say about it. Alright, got it. So, the history of the Kingdom of Ebb in a nutshell. Does anybody want some walnuts? He pulls out a bowl and gets like a big silver nutcracker and starts cracking walnuts.
I'd love a walnut.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
You look like you could break them between your thumb and forefinger.
Let me try.
Alright, make a strength check. Oh! Bam! You crack that walnut perfectly right open. Snap! Oh,
Here you go, friend.
is...
And I pass him the shelled nut.
Well, thank you.
Akiri also takes one.
Oh, good.
I'll take one too, I guess. But I'm gonna ask him, and as I ask this, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts again. I'm gonna ask him, what do you know about my family's death? And I'm gonna cast the deeper Detect Thoughts, so he'll be able to. I think he has to make an intelligence check.
So you focus on him, and he gets a save. As an action. So first he looks at you and he says, I honestly have no idea who you are or who your family is. And there's nothing in his surface thoughts to counteract that. And then the creature can use... Okay. Must make a wisdom saving throw. Alright. All right.
DC's 14.
Okay. He is thinking the deeper thoughts. Primarily, he's very afraid. He's very afraid. He's afraid.
What could he possibly have to be afraid of?
He's not afraid of you guys. He is afraid of Equitas, but he's not afraid of you in a larger sense. He's afraid of the things he's seen in the stars. He's afraid of some terrible apocalypse.
What have you seen in the stars? What is so terrible?
You get a flash of frustration and anger. He says, "Get out of my head! Get out of my house!"
I am only trying to figure out what has happened to my family and why.
He's going to make an intelligence check. He says, "I don't know, and you can piss off."
He makes it, I'm assuming. Well, yeah, it's 14.
You have to make a roll. And make an intelligence check. So click on your intelligence, not save. And I'm adding a modifier to this. He pushes you out of his head. His mind is stronger than yours in this instance. And he says, "That's it! Enough probing my mind with magic and threats and everything. Get out of my house or I'm calling the Arkan Guard right now."
Maybe we should get going. We have a long journey ahead of us anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
Cordy would like to turn to him and say, I am Cordycephie of the Everspore, and I respect all that you have given us, Starseer. Thank you for your time. I hope at a later date we could have another conversation, but I can see that you are very frustrated now, and I respect that.
Well, that was weirdly polite. But, yes, I need some time to collect myself. Yeah, come back later or something. Sure. But not her. Not him. And he starts pushing you guys out of the house.
Bye! Have a good festival!
May the
And-
stars good fortunes to you.
Ah! And he slams the door behind you as the last of you leave.
Well,
I think that went really well.
I mean, I guess we did learn something.
yeah.
He wasn't gonna help us out very much anyway.
No, I don't believe he would have helped. I don't believe he would have helped Samson that much.
I'd like to come back and speak with him. There's some things I'd like to discuss.
I thought he was a dick.
You think most people are dicks and quieters?
Yeah.
No
I do.
answer.
So, do we want to go to... What is the name of the place where you come from, Akiri? Where are we going?
I live just outside of Wheelstone. Well,
Okay.
not just outside, decent ways from it.
Okay, well then let's go to a decent ways outside of Wheelstone.
Alright, sounds good.
Is everybody ready? Do we...
The library first. We got anything from Goldhair?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I also wanted to see if we wanted to talk about getting some sort of... And I mean, this is something we can either do or not do. I don't even know how much it'll cost, but do we want to look into getting some horses or something?
I mean, 7 horses might be kind of expensive, but we could ask.
You're probably right. You're probably right. And I don't think we're to the point right now where we need a cart. So we're probably good. Yeah, let's go to the library and then let's get on the road.
I can always just turn into a cow.
Okay, there you go. See, that's useful.
Equitus, I don't think it is.
Are you saying my cow isn't useful?
Yes.
I don't think we would all fit.
The door cracks open as you guys are having this conversation of stars and signs. The gnome pokes his nose out of the door. And he kind of points at Cordy. And he goes like this.
I walk up to him.
What?
I walk up to him.
He looks at you and he says, I just want to let you know to watch out for the Blight Tribe. They've made allies of the Forgotten.
I wanted to discuss that with you, but I can see that the stars have already informed you. So thank you for your counsel.
Sure. And
The
tell
millennia is
Sorry, go ahead.
the millennia is approaching.
Ah. Is that so? Already. And tell that half-elven girl that, her father is definitely still alive and on this plane of existence.
I will do. I will watch the stars for counsel and hope that the new moon brings peace and not chaos.
Huh. The Lost One rarely brings anything we can understand. And he slams the door closed again, after giving you another nod.
Really wanted to talk to the star guy. So what do you guys want to do?
Could we
First
hear
of
any
all,
of that
what?
conversation?
No, it was muttered between the two of them very quickly.
Well, I guess
think
we're...
Out of character, we're heading towards 1516, was that right?
First we're going to
I
the
think it's the other way
Oh
around.
yeah, to the light. 1615.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I am not the map guy, and I never will be.
Cordy just blows with the wind, yo.
That's not my thing.
But first, the library.
Yeah, so to the library, ho.
All right. Well, as you guys circle around toward the library, you see they've set up a stage at the far end of the town square. As you're making way around, there are some people shaking tambourines, playing drums, and a couple of fiddle players show up as well and join in. And upon the stage, from out the back, comes this huge dramatic bolt of lightning. And a blue-scaled dragonborn dances out onto the stage, spewing lightning bolts into the air as part of a dramatic jig that starts to gather everyone's attention.
Do I recognize Dragonborn?
No. And with that, it is past midnight.
That's a bit of cliffhanger. Cliffhanger.
The dancer's gonna kill us all.
Found the big bad.
The Millennium Approaches.
Yeah, that is weird.
hell
Not
does
creepy
Cordy
at
know?
all.
You're weird, Cordy.
You love me.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that you're weird.
I mean, would you want me to be normal?
No.
Not at all.
Maybe
Oh,
sometimes, a little bit.
Well, apparently I have clarity, so maybe I'll be a little bit more normal going.
Hey. This was another good one, guys. Another one full of informations. I love it.
I'm happy I was able to pop in towards the end. Sorry I missed so much.
Yes.
Had to throw a monkey wrench into it.
No, that was no monkey wrench. That was... What do you call it? Good things.
And on that note of good things, I wish all of our viewers good things. Anyone, Grimslag, man with no screen name, anyone else who watches this later or is watching right now, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you to my wonderful players who have infinite patience for my shenanigans. Jeremy, Emily, Paul, Alexis, Haley, Danielle, and Kirsten. You guys, each and every one of you, are special, amazing, and scintillating in your own way. So thank you so much. We are going to call it a night, so you're very welcome to have the most screen name. Good night, and until next time, I will be streaming for you again soon. Bye-bye.